Hey guys, Matt from Evolve Fitness here, and today I'm interviewing my beautiful wife, Sienna.
Hi.
So, as I asked Jacob last time, we're just basically asking about how you got into health and fitness and stuff like that. So, starting off with exactly that question, how did you get into it?
So I feel like my journey is probably a lot longer than others. Like it wasn't just an instant thing. So a bit of a background. When I was a child and a teenager, I did ballet a lot. So I had no problem with that whatsoever, but I identified with only being able to do that. That was sort of the only thing that I could do, put myself in that little sort of ballet box, and that was it. And then I had a few things like added on top of that. A couple of times in PE classes in high school, I had people making fun of me. Obviously, there was no real ill intent there. It was just like, oh, you run like Jack Sparrow or something like that. It was just making fun. Making fun of something that I was doing, obviously, like behind all of the laughter and kind of just waving that off, it really, really affected me. So behind all of that, I felt like, oh my God, they're right. I can't run, I can't do anything. Any of this sort of, anything that required real physical exertion was not for me. So yeah, that really had a big impact. And then obviously even when we met, I was still in that little ballet box. I didn't identify, couldn't do anything else outside of that, I remember. And I use this a lot when I'm dealing with clients. I talk about how we'd go to a gym and I'd be like, oh yeah, I'll just be over here by the treadmill, I'll catch you later, because walking, no problem, I could do that. It wasn't until I had Leo, our first child, and I couldn't get up onto a tyre. Remember that massive tyre he had? I couldn't step up onto that without feeling like I was going to fall over. And that was a really big realization of, oh my God, like my body needs strengthening. I can't just keep going pretending like it's okay because I'm healthy. That's one thing I've always been able to nail, is diet and nutrition. That is something that I'm truly passionate about and always looking into how to improve that and myself, our family, and others as well. So I think I kind of fell into the false trap of, I'm healthy, my insides are healthy, but my body's not so strong. So I thought that that would be okay. And yeah, it wasn't until that, trying to get up onto the tyre, that I was like, this isn't working. Something else here needs to be done.
On that point, literally health and fitness, people say health and fitness, they are detachable, they're not the same thing. You can get someone that's super fit but not necessarily healthy, and you get someone that's not super fit, not strong, maybe carries a little bit of body fat, but could be a lot healthier biologically, So you can, because remember, training is just the damage, it's the adaptation of the damage that creates the health, the fitness, the cardio, the strength, the muscle building. But if you're building muscle via eating a whole lot of calories from McDonald's, can still be done, but you're not necessarily the healthiest person on the block. So Sienna's always been incredible with Dan, they say mama's food's the best. Hell no! Sorry, I put up against this. Sienna takes a biscuit, not the wheat biscuit.
Maybe the paleo biscuit.
Yeah, right. So you always say to people, I see you speaking to clients about the sort of the mental health aspect of it. Can you just say a little bit on that?
So obviously, when you think of, I'm going to go really woo-woo here, if you think about energy in masculine and feminine, not male and female, that's totally different. Masculine and feminine energy, we all have it within us. It's at sort of different ratios. Or if you want to think of yin and yang, the two different in the circle, the two different energies together, and they each have one and the other in them. So basically, if you look at something like ballet, yoga, meditation, walking, that's all very yin, which is feminine energy. So very slow, very calm. Tai Chi is another one, something like that.
Nurturing.
And soft and gentle and watery, so in the sense that it's flowy.
Absolutely.
And then you have yang energy, which is very masculine, high intensity training, weightlifting, running, sprinting, any of those kind of like really fast things. That's very solid, very focused, very driven, and very directional as well. That's masculine. So,
and on that point, as you already said, masculine, feminine does not mean male and female. You can get women that are predominantly masculine, men that are predominantly feminine. We each have both, otherwise we would be completely in trouble. You know, you can be a masculine man, but if you haven't got an element of feminine, then you can't connect with people, you can't necessarily raise a child if you're always doing stuff, right?
Yeah. And then the same with feminine as well. That's
Absolutely.
a tigress mum who no, you will not treat my child like that. Very protective as well.
Yeah.
So basically, without that proper balance, you're going to have imbalances in places. And so I'm really big on, especially for women, obviously for everyone, but I feel it really helps with women, the mental health aspect and strengthening you internally and externally, and it really helps with boundary setting as well. Just creates a stronger sort of energetic and physical body too. So when you are adding on the HIIT training, they're tough. I'm not going to lie and say, Evolve workouts are super fun. They're fun, but they're tough. But that is what you want, because it's something that, and it never gets easier either. You might get faster and fitter, but that just means that you're going to move faster and lift heavier. You're not necessarily going to make a workout easier. But because of that, you're making a commitment and you are turning up. You know it's going to be hard, but you do it anyway and you push through it. And the feeling at the end of that is phenomenal. You just skyrocket your energy as well, because you're commanding your body to have to use more energy, so it's going to create more energy. So if you ever feel in that slump of, I don't know why I'm feeling like crap, but I just feel like crap, I can't do anything. Get up, and there is a balance between nurturing yourself and loving yourself and knowing when you need to sit back and have a rest.
Absolutely.
But there is also just massive amounts of gain from turning up, showing up, pushing through that workout. It's all over, and then you just feel like giving yourself a great big high five. And that's that, creating that balance there. So knowing when it's the right time to be calm and be quiet and just chill, and then there's that other time to really push it and strengthen yourself too. So it sort of bleeds out into every aspect of life too. If you know now, oh my God, I'm fucking awesome. I turned up today. I really didn't want to do it, but I smashed through that. Even though it was hard, it, like everything else, it improves your relationships with yourself, with family, with colleagues, with everything. It improves your work life as well. There's always, with every career, even if you love it, there are things you really don't want to do, but you take what you've done, the skills that you've learned in a HIIT functional session, and then you can make all the phone calls that you really don't want to first, because you know that you can.
Yeah, you're setting that momentum, right? There's a lot to be said with adversity. If you do something, you smash it and it's easy, you don't really necessarily have anywhere to improve, and you're already the best. Great, well done.
Yeah.
But for growth, you have to have adversity. I was actually talking this morning about this, and spoke to you about this. It was funny. I was talking to Brooke this morning, saying that I did the British powerlifting when I was young. I think I set 4 British records. This back in the day for Baller, check it out. and I went to a county show, and I was like 17, so I went to a county, walked it, went to Southwest, walked it, went to the British, I was thinking about 30 or 40 kilos overall in front of everyone, walked it, great British champion, you know, this new up-and-coming powerlifter, stopped it.
Yeah.
And the reason I stopped it is because there was no adversity, so I didn't even value it. Like people are like, oh, that's great, and like literally I got the trophy, and like, I didn't even bring it to Australia with me. I don't know where it is. Yet let's switch that around. Say if I went there and I lost, but just missed it, and I came again, and I got beat by the same guy again. That fire builds up, and if you have the passion and drive to keep coming, finally win, I would hold that in such high regard. Yeah. So like it's when they say, if you could take a helicopter ride to the top of Mount Everest, the view would be nothing compared to that hard, arduous trail to get up there. Suddenly it's a beautiful view because of the lead up to it. Like parenting, right? You know, if it was all the great stuff, like everyone would do it, but it'd be too easy and convenient. But the most rewarding thing, in my opinion, one of the most rewarding things is children. Because it's hard. You have the sleepless nights, you have the cries and what have you, and then you have those beautiful moments when they break through and you just go, wow, I would do all of this a million times over for this moment, you know?
Yeah, and I think that, like these days, we don't have many situations that are tough. I mean, we all do, but we don't have as many as we think we do. We
and they're
complain
condensed down, right?
Yeah. We talk a lot about like first world problems because at the end of the day, I mean, I know that we all go through some really bad, ugly stuff, but not as much as we think. It's always, always blown up like that. So basically, when you're putting yourself in tough situations over and over and over again, you strengthen and you strengthen and you strengthen, and it makes it easier to say no when you want to say no. It makes it easier to say, yeah, I want that, I'm going to get that, rather than, I don't know, like so many things are easy these days. We have afterpay for something that we really, really want, but rather than having to
yes,
say...
Yes, we do, don't we?
Rather than...
The delivery guy knows my first name.
Rather than having to even save for something that you really, really want, putting that money aside and then you buy it and then you get it and it feels good because you've worked hard to get that. These days, like things like afterpay, where you don't even have to pay anything up front, you get it and then it kind of... So we do need to immerse ourselves in an environment where we're going to go through hardship and be celebrated through going through that as well.
Absolutely, and I think one of the great things that we can't control life. Things come up and pop up, and anything that we say we like surprises, but if we didn't expect it, we've got a problem. So these things pop up, but the good thing about training is you voluntarily go through hardship. You can pull the pin if you want, but you don't, and you keep going through and you achieve it. And it's very short times, like a 30-minute hit. You go through hardship, you overcome it, you complete it, well done. You get that in your backpack of achievements, and that helps to build the character, right?
Yeah.
So, thank you very much, my darling, beautiful wife. This is Sienna. Come down and see her evolve. She's actually currently running the Best Body program, which is a program just for women, because we think it's really important that there's that sort of space there, as I run the 56-day shred program for guys.
We currently have a wait list for that program too, but don't hesitate just to reach out. We can give you some information, pop you on a wait list, and then get you in.
Absolutely. So, see you soon.
Have a beautiful day.
Yeah. Sheet of damn beautiful.